Welcome back to the Homeowner Hotline. This episode is about what can I do if my home isn't selling?
Welcome back to the Homeowner Hotline. I'm Yaz,
And I'm Jennifer.
and today we're talking about something that can be incredibly frustrating, stressful, and honestly a little heartbreaking for some homeowners. Your house is on the market, you've cleaned it, you've staged it, you packed away half of your belongings, you left for showings, you spent weekends keeping everything spotless.
And yet,
No offers.
or maybe you've had a few showings, but nothing's happening.
That too.
So, or maybe you've had what I call the worst kind of activity. Buyers coming through, saying they loved it, and then completely disappearing.
I mean, that's happening a lot.
Yeah.
So if you're there sitting wondering, what do I do if my house isn't selling? Today's show is for you. And can I just say we've been hearing this a lot?
A lot lately in the market that
Yeah.
we're in,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yes. The good news is homes don't just sit for no reason. The market is usually trying to tell us something. The challenge is figuring out what that something is.
Right, exactly. So reason number one could be price.
Yeah. Let's start with the topic nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Price.
Yeah, the four-letter word that gets everybody upset.
It really does. And listen, I understand. Sellers have emotional attachment to their homes. They remember every upgrade, every weekend project, every dollar they invested. But buyers don't buy based on what you've invested. They
Mhm.
buy based on what they believe the home is worth compared to other options.
Yeah, and that's the key. They're not comparing your home to what you paid. They're not comparing your home to your emotional attachments, which we've talked about in previous episodes. Like,
No, they're not.
it's part of getting ready to sell your property is detaching yourself emotionally from the home,
Yeah,
which is
they
the
call
hardest
it
part, I think.
personal effect.
Yeah, they're comparing your home to the 5 other homes that they've looked at this week. That's what they're comparing it to.
Exactly. If your home is priced higher than similar homes and doesn't offer significantly more, buyers simply just move on. They don't call and negotiate anymore. They don't have to right now.
Exactly, not in this market that we're seeing, you know?
They just swipe to the next listing.
Yeah, and I think sellers are surprised by that, honestly. They think, "Well, if someone doesn't like the price, they'll just make an offer." Nope, not today. Most buyers are never even scheduling a showing.
One of my favorite sayings is this: the market doesn't care what you need. It doesn't care what Zillow says. It doesn't care what your neighbor sold for last year. It only cares what buyers are willing to pay today.
Exactly. The day that they're looking at for a home. Yeah. Reason number 2, let's talk about condition because this one catches sellers off guard all the time.
Especially in today's market, buyers have become incredibly picky, and they can. And honestly, can you blame them?
Not at all. Not in the market we're seeing.
Interest rates are higher than they've been in the past few years. Insurance is higher. Property taxes are higher.
Yep.
They're spending more money every month.
E
Why not get what you want?
Right, exactly. So they don't wanna buy someone else's project.
They don't.
We had a prime example of that for a listing we have. I mean, again, it's to each his own kind of thing, how you view things,
Right.
but we had an open house and a person, a nosy neighbor, if you will, came walking through the house and suggested we have the seller redo all the bathrooms and stuff. 'Cause it's their preference, and they would prefer to not. I mean, they're not even in the market looking, but
Right.
besides the point, like, this type of buyer, for example, doesn't want any projects, and they want to find a house that looks exactly as they want it. They don't wanna work for it.
No, and there's most buyers right now are just thinking about those large ticket items
Yeah,
like the roof, the HVAC, the water heater, and things like that. So things the seller think are minor become major concerns for buyers.
yeah. It this is so true.
Peeling paint, damaged drywall. It really makes someone feel like there are hidden things wrong.
Yeah, scuffed up baseboards.
Dirty carpet, pet odors, strong smells, and deferred maintenance.
Yeah, and let's be honest, sometimes the seller stops seeing their own house. Like, they live there every day, they walk right past the same issues for years, like windowsills being chipped, a whole bunch of small minor things or they think are minor things, or again, don't even notice. But
Mhm.
someone for the first time coming into your home, those are things their eyes are going towards
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. And, like, the buyer walks in and they see all these things in 10 seconds.
Exactly.
I like to say 8, but maybe
Yeah.
8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah. And if they see one thing wrong, they start wondering what else is wrong.
That's exactly what buyers think.
Yeah. So let's move on to number 3.
It's marketing, because putting a home in the MLS is not a marketing strategy.
Yeah. Wait, you mean taking 6 dark photos from your cell phone isn't enough? That doesn't cut it for marketing?
Shocking, I know. But but buyers start their search online. If your photos aren't ratting attention, buyers are never going to schedule a showing.
No, definitely not. They're making decisions in seconds, like literally seconds. Your pictures are the first thing they're seeing
I don't even
that
think
draw
people
them in.
read the descriptions anymore.
I don't think so at all. I mean, I think once they're going to view the home, they look at the description to see
Mhm.
is there any updates done to the house, like HVAC, roof, things like that that are
Right.
highlighted in the description, which your agent should be
Doing-
advising and marketing for you.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I don't even think people read the description. It really has to do with your pictures. And if the pictures are horrible, a lot of people assume that, hey, that's what the house looks like. I'm not gonna go look.
They're not. And I'm gonna interject my 2 cents in right here, that think about the agents that got into this market during COVID. Well, you did, like, you didn't have to stage. You literally could throw a house on the market. You could take cell phone pictures, and people thought it was the best thing because guess what? There were no other houses that were available.
Well, and the houses were going so fast.
Right. Those agents who got, and look, I'm not talking bad about anybody, but
Yeah.
right before COVID, there was a buyer's market. I mean, yeah, a buyer's market, and we had to work. I mean, I remember doing a radio show at a listing, that we had because we were having a hard time selling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those skills are different when you jump into a
100%.
market that's a seller's market.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Um,
Look, I've seen beautiful homes sit because they were marketed poorly.
mhm.
And I've seen average homes generate excitement because they were presented properly.
Yep. Yep. Sometimes all a listing needs really is a refresh, some new photos, the description updated, a new strategy and exposure. A lot of times, those few things can make all the world of a difference.
Absolutely. Sometimes a fresh launch creates entirely new momentum.
Yeah. So let's go into number 4, um, affordability. This one sellers don't always think about, and it's the monthly payment for the buyers.
Yes, buyers don't shop based on purchase price. They shop based on payment, especially right now.
Yeah, exactly. With all the things we mentioned, like insurance being higher, taxes, things
Mhm.
like that. So let's say 2 homes are similar. One has a lower HOA, one has lower insurance costs, one offers a rate buy down. Guess which one gets more attention?
Exactly. Sometimes helping a buyer reduce their monthly payment can be more effective than reducing the actual sales price.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's why we talk about strategy. Every situation is different.
So maybe offering a closing cost credit, maybe it's a rate buy down, maybe it's a home warranty. The goal is removing obstacles from the transaction, really and truly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say what we're currently noticing is offering those closing cost credit is making a difference. It's bringing in more buyers.
Yes. And then, so I like, talking with a lender, we have one that will give us a 1-to-1 buy down, marketing that. So I mean, nine
And
out
it
of
was, yeah,
they don't use our lender, but just having that marketing tool there, is great for us because it's bringing more people in.
yeah, exactly. Um, and this kind of brings us number 5, the market changed.
Sometimes there's nothing wrong with your home, nothing at all.
Yeah,
The market simply changed.
right. And that's a hard pill to swallow because sellers are often looking at what happened 6 months ago or last year.
But buyers are living in today's market, not last year's market. We're seeing more inventory, more choices, more competition. Buyers are taking longer to decide.
Mhm.
They're negotiating harder, and they're comparing everything.
Yeah, because they're allowed to. It's
Yeah,
not like the
yeah.
COVID market where houses are gone in an hour.
Well, and here's what's funny about when we say the COVID market. Again, we were in a buyer's market before the COVID market.
Mhm.
Houses were sitting for hundreds of days.
Yeah.
And, I just like that everyone just has that mindset and is stuck right there at the COVID market.
Yes.
And because everyone heard about it, right?
Right, right.
Nobody remembers hearing that it took me, how many ever months or a year to sell my house before that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, again, I feel like it's the big things that stick out to people in their minds when they're thinking about houses, like the housing crash, and then as we keep referring, the COVID market. Like
Mhm.
those are what stick out to people, but the reality is that's far and few between markets. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we have to go back to what worked before the COVID market,
yeah,
right? We have to stage homes. We have to
exactly. You have to put the effort in as
we
an agent.
100% do. And as a seller too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, definitely, especially making sure that your sellers are, as we're going through all this, informed on how to start the selling process of their home right from the get-go. Like not going through 7 or 8 agents. Like and hoping that one's the right one and it sticks or something, you know?
Well, we've learned this from experience. When we see houses that have had 5 or 6 or 7 agents,
Yeah,
someone has to tell the hard truth.
absolutely. And we will get back to that right after this quick break. All right, welcome back. And let's get into the hardest truth.
All right. So, guys, the market isn't rejecting you. It's responding to a combination of price, condition, marketing, affordability, and competition. Once you identify the problem, you can usually solve it.
Exactly.
And how we identify that problem, I just want to put that we take all the feedback that we're getting
Hmm.
from open houses, showings,
Yep.
um,
A lot of times we try to
Nosy
do this
neighbors.
within the first 7 days of your house being on the market.
Yeah.
Figuring out like how much traction have you had, how many showings have you had, how many likes, favorites, things like that. And figure out, okay, well, let's start with price because that's typically number one.
Hmm.
And then after that is when we look into the other details further. So the good news is, you know, uh, I would say it's an easy fix. Like it's easy for us as your agent to typically find the issue happening. Um, and if you know the reason behind it, you can make a plan.
And that's where we come in.
Exactly.
And that's why having an honest conversation is so important. Not emotional conversations, not wishful thinking, data feedback strategy.
Yep.
And I think that's where our transparency has been very
Beneficial,
Mhm.
100%.
Yes.
Definitely. So,
Go ahead.
all right. So, what percentage of homeowners relist with a new agent after their home doesn't sell?
About 43 to 44% of expired listings relist within 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, that's a significant portion
And
who choose a different agent.
but here's the sad part. If these hard conversations were happening, that number would not be so high.
I agree. I think honestly, a lot of this problem is, and we've explained it to a lot of sellers we work with, is we are not the yes man. Like,
No, we're
we are
not.
going to tell you what your house realistically could sell for. We're not going to yes you to death just to get your listing.
No, we're not.
And
We're gonna
that
as a
is
matter of
why
fact.
that number
Is
is
so high. Yes. And I think a lot of it has to do with a large number of people that jumped in this market that didn't know what was going on before.
right.
And listen, those skills are easy. Like you can take a class at your brokerage or whatever the case may be. And
You can educate yourself.
yes, you can. And I think, listen, I've learned a lot of, things from people who jumped in this market during COVID. So I'm not saying that they're bad, but what I'm saying is that you as the seller, this is your biggest investment and you need to drive this car. You need to ask really harsh questions of what happens if my house doesn't sell in 7 or we don't get an offer in 7 days. We don't have showings in 7 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to find out what their strategy is before you let them list your house to begin with.
Absolutely. And what I think is kind of a crazy fact is homeowners who do switch agents after an expiration, they are substantially more likely to sell. 54% more likely to sell when they go with another agent
So,
afterwards.
do you want to know why that number is so high? Excuse me. Because the person who came along after them could see everything that was wrong
100%.
and they were able to have that conversation when they walked through your front door and
Yep.
tell you they weren't afraid.
Yeah. Because they wanted to get this done for you.
Right.
Yep.
Well, if
Absolutely.
we don't get it done, we don't get paid, right? Like we get paid when the house
Yes,
sells.
exactly.
So I don't know why people are out there just, being a yes man because it's not beneficial to you and it's not beneficial to the agent
Yep.
because nothing's getting done.
Yeah.
But if your home does not sell automatically, everyone assumes to lower the price. Sometimes you need a different plan, different marketing, different communication, a fresh set of eyes.
Which is usually what we end up bringing to the table. Is
Yes. Yeah.
aside from our photographs, which are we never use a phone. We bring the fresh set of eyes usually and help just restage a few things, and it makes the world of a difference when people walk into the house.
Yes.
You know?
And we even have another agent from our office come in and kind of give us some
Yep.
feedback as well. The nosy neighbors, that's a
By
great.
all means, come in, nosy neighbors. Let us know.
Yeah, tell us what's going on.
One listing we had, we were there staging it, and the neighbor's dog came in and they were like, "Oh, do you mind?" Absolutely. Please come in. Let me know what you think of our staging so far before we go live on the market. So, by all means, yes. So, all right, yes, let's give everyone the quick checklist, the hotline takeaway.
All right, perfect. If your home isn't selling, ask yourself, is my price competitive? Is my condition helping me or hurting me? Is my marketing attracting buyers?
Mhm.
Is affordability becoming an obstacle? And has the market changed since I listed?
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're not seeing that drastic of a change in the market at the moment. But if if your house is on the market for 60, 90 days, the market, chances are, has changed somewhat.
Yeah.
So you need to ask your agent and look over the stats again for your area.
Yeah. And look, kind of deep dive into price a little bit and then get some fresh set of eyes.
Yeah.
Have a friend or a relative who haven't been over in a while walk the house and tell you what they think when they walk in.
Yep. And remember, a house sitting on the market isn't a failure, it's feedback.
That's good. I like that. A house sitting on the market isn't a failure. It is feedback. And when you listen to that feedback, you can make the adjustments and get the results that everyone is looking for to sell your home.
Yeah. So let's recap today's show. If your home isn't selling, there are usually 5 reasons. 1, price. Number 2, condition. 3, marketing. 4, affordability. And number 5, market changes.
The solution isn't always a huge price drop. Sometimes it's repairs. Sometimes it's better marketing. Sometimes it's a seller concession. And sometimes it's simply just adjusting expectations to match today's market.
Yeah. And remember, homes don't sit for no reason. The market is always giving us clues, and your agent should be aware of them.
Yeah, and the key is figuring out what those clues mean and creating a strategy that gets your home sold quick. Thank you for joining us here on the Homeowner Hotline.
And if you're wondering why your home isn't selling, reach out to us. We definitely would love to help you uncover what's really going on with your home.
Until next time, I'm Yaz.
And I'm Jennifer, helping you make smarter real estate decisions.